Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of our Brown Bears podcast. I'm your host, Scott Cordishi. Glad you could join us. The Brown Bears podcast is brought to you each week by Rhode Island's T.F. Green International Airport, where Easy has arrived and is here to stay. For more information, visit pvdairport.com. And this week, it gives us great pleasure to welcome to the Brown Bears podcast. She is a first-year forward for the Ivy League champion Brown women's soccer program. Miya Grant-Clavijo is with us. Miya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Well, congratulations, first of all, on an Ivy League championship. That's a nice way to start your collegiate career.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much. Awesome season, amazing team. Had so much fun.
And we were also talking to you because you just recently finished up with Team Canada at the U20 Conacaf. It is the Confederation of North, Central America, and Caribbean Association Football World Cup qualifiers in the Dominican Republic. And if I understand correctly, your team finished third, and by doing so, earned a spot in the Under-20 World Cup this summer in Costa Rica.
Yes, that is correct.
So what was it like? That must have been a great experience for you.
Yes, it was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had. I got to play soccer in a beautiful place. I got to do what I love. And I got to see a lot of my friends, a lot of the girls on the team I grew up with, I played with at my old club. So it was really nice. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I got to do what I love on a big stage. It was insane.
And so for those who don't know, you're from Toronto, Ontario, which is why you represented Team Canada. You also played very well. You started a lot of your matches. You scored 3 goals in the event. You weren't just an innocent bystander. You were a big part of Team Canada's success, weren't you?
You could say that.
So again, just tell us, how did this all happen? Now, I know you've had experience at younger ages too for Team Canada. How did you become involved with this?
That's actually a great question. So basically in Ontario and throughout like the other provinces in Canada, we have regional Excel programs, and basically players like from those provinces are scouted and brought into play at those Excel centers. And basically the regional Excel centers, also known as RECs, they work under Canada Soccer. So throughout my 4 years of high school, I was like directly monitored under Canada Soccer. So they got to see me progress, got to see how I was playing. And then throughout those years, I was called into youth national camps. And then before the pandemic, we had a competition against Mexico's Exhibition Games, but it was supposed to be sort of like a practice round for the U17 qualifiers, which didn't happen because of COVID. But basically, I went there. I played really well, and I had a lot of fun. We went to Mexico. It was crazy. And then after that, throughout the pandemic, it was more just like keeping in contact with like coaching staff, and then obviously keep training. And then after that, we had some camps, and then I was called into a camp in January after my season with Brown. They liked how I played there, and then I was called into the final roster for qualifiers.
So how did that work in terms of academics? Obviously, you had to leave campus. Were you learning remotely, take a semester off? How did you handle it?
I actually considered taking the semester off, but I ended up just doing my classes remotely. So for this semester, I picked basically some classes that I was interested in, but that were large lecture halls, so that the lessons and stuff were posted online and I could just keep up from the DR. Obviously, like keeping in contact with like my professors, TAs, and then just some of my friends in the class and stuff to make sure that I'm staying caught up with everything. So, yeah.
So what was the time period that you were away? I mean, obviously, I know everybody goes on break in December just before the Christmas holiday. How long were you with Team Canada, either north of the border or in the Dominican?
So during the winter break, it was a week camp. And then after that, we had about a month off. So it was just, I had a couple weeks like left of the winter break. And then I came back and I played for another, I think it was like 3 weeks with the Brown women's soccer team. And then we left for basically the whole month of March.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this summer you compete in the World Cup in Costa Rica. That's going to be cool, isn't it?
Yes, it's going to be insane. I'm so excited.
Listen, I mean, just great. So tell me, I mean, you're from Canada. How big is the sport of soccer in Canada? Because when we think of Canada, everybody thinks of ice hockey. I know lacrosse is also considered one of the national sports north of
Mhm.
the border. How big is the sport of soccer?
I would say it's big. I mean, I think like also growing up in the sport, like your sport always feels like it's like the sport, but for soccer, I would say it's big in Canada, and a lot of like athletes and stuff growing up are always looking to do something bigger. That's why a lot of us come to school like in the States, because in the States there's like more opportunities and stuff to continue. But yeah, I would say it's still a big deal, even though we're not ice hockey. Everyone loves it.
It sounds like soccer has been your primary sport. Has it been your only sport growing up, or did you play other sports as well?
Yeah, it has been my primary sport, but like throughout middle school and a little bit into high school, I did some other sports. But I think like just for the school and stuff, like basketball, volleyball, but those were just for fun. I did do track and field on a team for a while, and then soccer became a lot, and I just used it more as like conditioning stuff. But I did do track; it was fun.
So tell us about how you wound up here at Brown University.
Yeah, so basically, once a year, um, throughout like high school, we have these events called like the Provincial Games, and basically, like provincial teams from Ontario and from Quebec play each other, and it's a great opportunity for athletes and stuff to get scouted from universities. And Kia had come down that weekend to watch me play, and she really liked my playing style. And she reached out, and then at that time, a couple other schools had reached out as well. So I had started my recruiting process, visited a couple other universities, and then when I came to Brown, I had an amazing visit. I absolutely loved it here. Um, I met some of like my teammates. They were amazing. The coaching staff were amazing. The campus was beautiful, um, and this ended up being my decision in the end. So
Did you visit any other schools, or was Brown your only campus visit?
no, I did visit a couple other schools. I visited SMU and I visited Texas Longhorns.
Okay, well, great. And you ended up at Brown. So we're happy to have you. And again, you start your career off as an Ivy League champion. You came into a championship program. Obviously, we didn't have a season a year ago due to COVID, but the year before that, Brown women's soccer, Ivy League champions. And again this year, what was this whole season like for you, your first year as a collegiate soccer player?
Um, I enjoyed it a lot, honestly. I don't want to say like it wasn't what I was expecting, but I didn't expect to be playing like as much. And I think just like winning the Ivy League is such like a way, like such an amazing way to start like anything, to start your university career, like to start with the team. And I think like being in that environment like right away, it was amazing. It was so fun. And it was a great experience.
And you did. You played a lot. You played well this season. Probably one of your highlights has to be the Northeastern game, right? You scored 2 goals, including the game winner. So that had to be cool.
Yes, obviously it was amazing.
Did your experience here at Brown, your freshman year, help you in terms of being able to play for Team Canada?
um, yes, I would say there was a lot more pressure with university games than what I was used to back in Toronto. So I think like getting used to like the crowds and stuff, getting used to hearing my name, it's a different experience entirely. And I think I know that like throughout the season and stuff, like having learned to play for something that's bigger than myself, which was the Ivies, it was a big deal. I had prepared myself for the games in the DR.
And tell me what it's like playing for Coach Kia McNeil as well. She is such a tremendous coach, a tremendous mentor. Like you, she's played soccer at the highest levels. What's it like playing for and learning from her?
Kia is amazing and she's so supportive. She's been very supportive throughout the whole season and then continuing into the tournament. She always offers to help me out, to help me learn, and I think it's really important to have a good relationship with your coach. So I'm so thankful and so grateful that she's there to help me out.
And playing on a team that's stacked with talented players like yourself. I mean, how great is it to play alongside somebody like Brittany Ruffino, the Ivy League Offensive Player of the Year? How good is she?
Yeah, Brittany, Brittany is something. She's amazing. And it's great. I feel like playing with her, like our styles work really well. And I mean, I'm new to the team still, so we're still learning to play with each other. But like throughout the season, and even like our first game this weekend against like BU, like we're learning to play with each other's styles more, and we're just learning, and it's amazing. And I think like by the time, I think even like going into this fall season, we'll have had more time together, and we will be a dangerous duo. I Yeah.
That sounds really good. So continuing along with your experience here at Brown, what has it been like for you personally adjusting to life in college? Has it been an adjustment for you? I know a lot of student athletes say, time management is the most important thing you have to learn when you arrive on a college campus, because you have the academics and you have the athletics. What's it been like for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the time management thing is very important. It was definitely an adjustment. It's just different, like being on your own. You're suddenly very responsible for everything that's going on. But I feel like I had more of a smooth transition. Obviously, there's going to be times where like I'm a little stressed or a little overwhelmed, but I think for the most part, I've been really happy here, and I've found a healthy balance between school and soccer and even like social life. It's been good. It's been a good first semester and a good almost a full second semester.
So you partially answered my next question, and you said how much you connected with everybody here at Brown when you visited, and that's why you chose Brown. So has your Brown experience, even though most of it's still ahead of you, has it met your expectations in terms of academically, athletically, and socially so far?
I would say yes. I knew that the academics were going to be tough, and they are, but I am managing. I knew that the soccer would be, I'd be playing on a great team, and everyone, we're all working towards another Ivy championship. So we all have one big goal in our mind, and it's great that we're all working towards that together. And then I've met a lot of cool people here, so nothing has disappointed me at all. Like I couldn't be happier here.
I understand your dad was a professional athlete, a professional boxer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, tell me about that. I want to know a little bit about your dad, Alvaro.
Yeah. So this was all before I was born, but he did do a little bit of pro boxing. Unfortunately, he tore his Achilles, which is why he stopped competing. Um, but I think living with someone who has been taking their like sport super seriously has helped me develop into someone who takes their sport very seriously. I think like even from like a young age, like he's been like, my like soccer, like you keep working hard, you keep training hard, like this is gonna be your thing. You gotta want it, you have to want it. And then I mean I love it and I'm getting somewhere with it. So all thanks to him, I would say.
So he has that drive, right? I mean, because it does take a certain drive to really achieve what people like you have achieved, and that is becoming Division I athletes. I don't think people understand how difficult that is. I think a lot of moms and dads just assume, oh, my son or daughter, they're going to be good at something and they'll get a scholarship and play this sport in college. It's not that simple, is it?
No, not at all.
So tell me, I know you don't have to decide until next year, but have you thought about a concentration here at Brown?
I have. So I'm thinking something more like into business or economics. I'm still looking. I want to keep my options open. I'm taking like a couple of psychology courses this semester, which I found to be really interesting. So again, like I want to keep my options open, but I am thinking more like business or econ.
And I hate to get you thinking too far down the road because you still have 3.5 more years of college to enjoy. But any future aspirations in terms of, hey, I'd love to play soccer professionally, or I can see myself doing this professionally when I graduate from Brown?
Um, Playing pro is probably one of the biggest goals I have. And I think I can do it. I need to keep working hard and stay focused on what I need to do. And in terms of what I want to do in the future, it's tough. I'd like to start my own business, but I don't know what exactly I'd like to do. I love art. I like architecture as well. So maybe something along the lines of that. But yeah, I haven't thought too far. I just want to keep focused on what's ahead of me.
Well, you're in a great spot if you want to start your own business, because the entrepreneurship program here at Brown is second to none.
Yeah.
So getting back to your Team Canada experience, so what comes next now for you? What will be your next step in preparations for playing in the World Cup in Costa Rica this summer?
Yeah, so right now we have a bit of a time period to ourselves from now until June. In June, we have a national camp. And basically, the coaches are going to be monitoring everyone between now and June, just to make sure that everyone is staying fit, staying focused, and then working on things that they want to work on and stuff. So as long as people keep doing that, they'll be called into the camp. And then basically the camp in June is just to check in on players, to see how everyone's doing, sort of connect with the team again. And then there are like potential roster changes. We have no idea what exactly is going to be happening, but the idea is that we train in June and then we just go straight to Costa Rica.
So
And
I would assume if the goal is between now and June for you to stay fit and stay in game shape, that you'll be doing that anyway, because you'll be working out with your teammates here at Brown, right?
yes, exactly.
Oh, that'll be perfect. Well, look, congratulations on your team qualifying for the World Cup. That is great stuff. I'm sure, as you've told us, it's been a great experience for you, and it sounds like it could get even better this summer down in Costa Rica. Congratulations on a great first year here at Brown. Continued success both here at Brown and on the national stage. And thank you for joining us on the Brown Bears podcast.
Thank you so much.